Hi, it's Dave from Small Paws Coaching. I wanted to make a quick video today around a phenomena that's been really cropping up lately for me in my coaching sessions, and thought I'd share some of the learnings and experiences that I've had over the last couple weeks with respects to this phenomena. And that's the difference between fact and fiction. It sounds real simple, and I think it is. But there's a real issue out there with respects to people operating in that fictitious world that they create for themselves to feel safe in. And let me tell you what I mean by that. So let's say we have an example of you observe an action or behavior from one of your friends that, I don't know, doesn't seem appropriate. I think what the predominant thing that we tend to do is avoid the uncomfortable conversation, or the notion that we're to look silly if we ask about that. So we write a story about that particular behavior. So let's say our friend doesn't do something for us. Perhaps we're writing a story that they're lazy, that they don't care for us, that they don't respect us. And that list can be quite personal depending on where you're at. But we write that story without ever communicating or getting clarity on why that behavior cropped up. Do you see my point? Is that we limit the possibilities in that relationship because we tend to then go and live in that story. So you're lazy, my friend is lazy. Now every time that I go to approach them, I'm going to anticipate or approach them in the respects that they're lazy. This can be a problem. I see this problem cropping up over and over in leadership with respects to employee development. We write a story about how an employee is, and we lock that story in tight. And that really, as a leader, prevents us from allowing or coaching that employee to change. So we live inside that story. So know that our stories aren't necessarily what's happening. And I know that's a hard pill for some people to swallow. I know when I talk to clients about their stories, that when there's this notion or this aha moment around, oh my God, like I do not, that is not true of this situation. I was locked into an idea about this situation that wasn't necessarily true and was showing up in a particular way due to that story. It's a very powerful shift you can make for yourself if you challenge yourself to go, what is true and what is not in this moment. So back to the example of the lazy friend who didn't show up or didn't perform the task that they said they were going to do for us. Getting into that conversation is the most important, and not in an accusatory way or a blaming way, but from a place of curiosity. And I think that's a key place to come from when you're researching some of the stories that you're writing based on the behaviors that you're observing. I know for me, in my experience, a lot of times when I got curious about a situation, whether it was with my partner, my kids, my staff, when I was a leader, things weren't always what they seemed or what I had seen them be. So even what I saw wasn't necessarily the truth. The stories that I had around it needed clarity, needed more information, needed some substance behind it. So then I can create some new possibilities based on that situation and not limit myself or close myself into these based on these stories, these fictitious stories that I was writing. So I hope that makes sense. I would love to talk to you more about it or get your comments about this particular situation. Language is a passion of mine, and I really love to dissect it with my clients and really get into what's going on for them if things aren't working just the way they wanted them or see them working. So reach out on the contact me page of my website, or I'm on Facebook now, and also on LinkedIn. So thanks and have a great day.